I see a lot of agents, they're overcomplicating, overthinking, and way overspending on social media. Hey, my name is Chance Brown. I'm the broker owner of CB&A Realtors, and I make video content like this because I'm passionate about helping agents build great businesses. Every week I talk to agents and I see agents who are running Facebook ads, boosting posts, paying for leads from these different platforms and wondering why the return is so low. And meanwhile, some of my very best producing agents have built massive personal brands and thriving businesses almost entirely in an organic way, spending very little money, if any, to do so. So I want to take some time today and break down exactly how we do that. What to post, where to post it, how often, and more importantly, how to turn social media following into actual clients. The first thing we have to clear up here is the difference between a personal brand and a business account, because most agents are running the wrong one. A business account posts listing, it posts market stats, it posts generic real estate content. It talks about the market, it promotes services, and it looks like every other freaking real estate account on the internet. A personal brand, however, shows who you are. It's your perspective on the market. It's your experience in the industry. It's your values, your personality, you. And it gives people a reason to follow you. It has nothing to do with whether they're buying or selling real estate. It's because they like you. People don't hire companies. They don't hire statistics. They don't hire market reports or anything else. They hire people that they know, like, and trust. And you can't build that know, like, and trust piece with a graphic that says, just listed, 4 beds, call for details. You build it by showing up consistently as a real human being who knows their stuff and genuinely cares about the people that they serve. That's a personal brand, and that is the foundation of everything that follows. I think one big mistake that agents make is they try to be everything to everyone on social media. They're on every platform doing every single trend or this or that or whatever, and you don't have to do that. You just need to be somewhere, and you need to be there consistently. Here's how I would think about the platform selection based on where you are in your business. If you're starting from scratch, pick one platform and commit to it for 90 days before you try to even expand into something else. Spreading yourself too thin, you produce mediocre results in all of them instead of going deep on one where you can build momentum. For most agents, the highest leverage platforms right now are Instagram and YouTube. Instagram for short forms, Reels specifically. Instagram Reels, they have strong organic reach. The platform's audience skews towards the demographic that buys and sells homes. Short, punchy, value-driven content performs super well there. YouTube is for longer form content, and this is the play most agents aren't making yet. YouTube is a search engine. When someone types how to sell my home in X city or whatever, the agents who have content there show up, and the agents who don't. Facebook is still relevant for community building. It tends to skew a little older. LinkedIn works well if you're targeting investors or relo clients maybe. TikTok is a totally different audience. Pick the platform where your clients spend the time. Show up consistently. Resist the urge to be everywhere until you've built a rhythm somewhere. So here's the content framework that I would recommend for a real estate agent trying to build a brand organically. Think of your content in 4 buckets. Number 1 is education. Teach people something useful. Educational content builds authority and it gets shared. Bucket 2, local expertise. This is your secret weapon. Big national real estate brands can't compete with hyper-local knowledge. Post about your neighborhoods. Post about the best coffee shop. Post about the new development. Those kind of things which build excitement and build you up as the go-to local expert. Bucket 3, behind the scenes. Let people see what it actually looks like to work with you. Walkthrough of a home before it lists. The conversation with sellers that you have about price strategy or whatever else. Celebration and closing table. Real content from real moments. It helps build connection very quickly. And bucket 4 is your personal stuff, your values, your story, why you got into real estate, why you care, what you care about outside of work, people that you want to do business with, and people they can't like you if they don't know anything about you. I would suggest roughly 40% education, 30% local, 20% behind the scenes, and 10% personal. But you can adjust that based on what resonates in your strategy over time. So here's the part where most agents, I think, fall off. They start strong, everything's going well, they're posting every day, they're excited, and then things happen, life happens, deals get in the way, kids get in the way, and all of a sudden, they haven't posted in like 3 weeks. So here's the truth about consistency. 5 posts a week for a month beats 20 posts in a week, followed by silence. Every single time you play that game. The algorithm in social rewards consistency, and so does your audience, frankly. So build a system that's sustainable, not impressive. Here's a simple weekly rhythm. 2 education posts, 1 short form video, 1 graphic or carousel, 1 local content piece, 1 behind the scenes moment, 1 personal or values-based post. That's 5 pieces of content a week. And if you batch create on a monthly basis, you can produce all of them in a few hours and schedule them out for the week. The other key is repurposing. If you take a long form YouTube video, that long form video can become 5 or 6 short form clips. They could be several Instagram captions, a handful of story posts. You're not having to create new content every time. You're distributing one idea across multiple platforms. So work smarter, not harder. Batch, schedule, repurpose. The last part here is where most content creators, including agents, they don't do a great job because they build up this audience, but then they don't know how to turn that audience into business. So here's the principle. Social media builds awareness and trust. The conversion happens off platform. Your goal with every piece of content is to give people a reason to reach out, not to close them in the comment. You do that by being consistently valuable, consistently visible, and occasionally making a clear invitation. So what does that invitation look like? Hey, if you're thinking about selling your home in whatever neighborhood this year or whatever city, shoot me a DM. I'd love to talk you through your options. Or, hey, I'm doing a free 15-minute strategy call for anyone who wants to talk through the market. The link is in the bio to schedule. If you know someone who's thinking about making a move, I'd love an introduction. These kinds of really simple, no pressure things can make a call to action that actually works and doesn't feel super salesy. Also, when people comment, respond to them, reply to the DMs. If you're gonna automatically schedule your posts, you have to be there when people interact with them. That's how you build real community, because you're a participant, you're not just a publisher. Building a personal brand on social media is a long game. You're not gonna post all of a sudden and just boom, your pipeline's gonna fill up. You need to build 6 months of consistent, intentional content. You need to build it on expertise. You need to build it on local expertise. You need to build it on your personality, and all of that will compound into something real. The agents who started doing this 2 or 3 years ago are running businesses where the content does the prospecting for them. People reaching out have already watched multiple videos, and that's what you're building towards. And it starts with showing up right now. Pick your platform, pick your content, set a weekly schedule, and go. Hey, if this was valuable to you, I would be honored if you would subscribe, follow, like, share with one of your friends. And if I can ever be of service to you, please don't hesitate to reach out.